Hello, incoming freshmen and incoming freshman parents. The purpose of this video is to show you how to use our online registration system so that you can sign up for your course requests for next year. You will start out at our Granada High School website. This is granadahigh.com. And on this page is a tab that says Resources. So you go to Resources and then Online Course Registration. There's all kinds of helpful information on this page, things like an online version of the course catalog and Granada A through G worksheets and a 4-year plan worksheet. Up here, if you want to watch this video at home for more information, or perhaps you need help sleeping, then you could click on it there and get this whole presentation again. But for the purposes of registering, you're going to want to click on the PowerSchool parent-student login link, which is right there, and that will take you to our PowerSchool login. Now you'll need the student's login information. The first thing you'll need is the student's ID number. So my test student here is 94550, but your student will be something different. The password is going to be the student's birthday with zeros in front of any single digit numbers. So for example, if the student's birthday is March 23rd, 2001, then the password would be 03232001. All of those passwords will be 8-digit numbers. Sign in, and that takes you to this screen. On the left here, you're going to click on Class Registration, and that takes you to our registration window. So the goal here is to take all of these red exclamation points and make nice green check marks out of them. I think that the best way to do it is to go from the top to the bottom. So I'm going to start here with social science. Clicking on the little pencil, these are the social science offerings for 9th grade. If you're just taking standard social science 9, then you'll just click that social science 9. If you're taking honors, then you'll need to select both of those. So I'm going to just take standard social science 9 and hit OK. Now my red exclamation point has become a nice green check mark. On to English. Here are the offerings available to 9th graders. I'm going to select English 9A and English 9B, and I will hit OK. It tells you here what to do. English is required. Choose either English 9A and 9B or 9A honors and 9B honors. Now you can see here I have those 2 classes worth 5 credits each, and a green check mark, and I'm ready to move on. For math, I'm going to go with 3 trimester algebra. If you look on here, the Alg 2A and Alg 1A and Alg 1B, if it's short, then that's for the 2 trimester. Many people opt instead to go for 3 trimester math. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with Algebra 1A and Algebra 1B, and since it's 3 trimester, I need to go and find Intro to Algebra 1 and select that. So I'm going to make sure that I have my classes. I do, all 3 of them, and now I'm going to click OK. There are for freshmen some required classes that they don't have necessarily choices on whether they take. That would be PE 1A, PE 1B, and our FIT freshman in transition class, which our presenter will tell you more about. For health, everybody needs to take health at some point. Most freshmen take it their freshman year. Some may not, though. We're going to go ahead and select Health 9. So now we're to sort of take a second and kind of count up how many classes we have. We've currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now our schedule allows for freshmen for anything from 12 to 15 classes. 12 classes would be a full load, could go as high as 15. So I have a few more here to play with. So I'm going to go ahead and take a science. Taking algebra, so maybe not quite ready for bio yet. I'm going to go ahead and select conceptual physics to clear my physical science requirement and select OK. And then what else? Well, I'm going to go ahead and try a world language elective, see if I can get into, let's say, French. All right, let's count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So pretty quickly here, we're up to 14 classes. There are lots of other things that you might select. And for example, here with VPA, some wonderful classes in VPA, but really not going to work for my schedule freshman year. There's not a bunch of room unless I'm going to do something like not take French. And so while there's lots of great classes in here, I'm not going to select any. However, I still need to get rid of that red exclamation point. So what I'm going to do is click until I find the No Choices button, and I'm going to select No Choices. That turns my red exclamation point into a green check mark. You're going to see me continue to do that through these other courses, lots of amazing CTE classes, but not going to work for freshman year. So I'm going to go ahead and select No Choices. I'm not going to do any physical education electives, so no choices there. And others like leadership, for example, or yearbook, I'm going to go ahead and select no choices for those. Here is the IB interest or dual immersion interest. If you're interested in either of those programs, then dual immersion could be happening as early as ninth grade year. IB would let us know that you're interested in that for something once IB is available to students in their junior year. I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, of course I'm interested in the IB program later. That way somebody can contact and kind of take a look at the classes and make sure that we're setting up for success in the IB program. All right, so now we've hit count your classes. So one more time just to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Counting all the 5 credit classes. And I'm going to click on this, and it's going to ask me how many classes, and I'm taking 14 classes. So I'm going to hit OK. Now, planning my schedule, we allow up to 15 classes. I'm taking 14, which means somewhere there's going to be an open period. That needs to happen either for freshmen at either the beginning or the end of the day. And so I'm going to go ahead and select no period 5 spring. Now, this does not guarantee a no period 5 in the spring. This indicates preference so that we can know what people's preferences are and kind of try to build the schedule around that. However, if, for example, the only time that I could get into French would be period 5 in the spring, then I would have to take it during that time. So that may change depending on the schedule, but I'm going to go ahead and indicate that preference. And then here's an important one, one a lot of people don't take seriously, but alternates. As a freshman, there's a high degree of probability that I don't get some of the electives that I'm asking for. Obviously, other seniors get kind of first pick and on down the line to freshmen. And so what if I don't get French? Well, then what am I going to do? Am I willing to do another language? I'm going to say yes, I'm willing to do American Sign Language 1A and American Sign Language 1B. You need to select 5 alternates. What if I can't get into that? Well, I'm going to go ahead and start on my visual performing arts credits. I'm going to do animation 1 and animation 2. Let's see, what else? Okay, and maybe also I will, let's see here, maybe I'll find a CTE class that works for me as well. How about foods? Okay, so if I can't do those, I'll get foods. So that's 5 alternates. So please make sure your student carefully choose, especially as a freshman. I think it's actually really likely that at least one of the alternates gets chosen, if not more, from the alternates list. So please select alternates that matter for the student, because there's a high degree of probability that it'll end up on the final schedule. If your student is doing this on his or her own, then make sure that you check it off. Then you can verify those requests and hit OK. And so now let's take a look. I have green check marks all the way down. Along the side, at the bottom it says requires between 60 and 75 credit hours. I have requested 70 credit hours, which means that is in between 60 and 75. And that means I'm done and I can submit. I'm not done until I submit. Once you reach this point, it's not quite done. I have to hit the submit button in the bottom right-hand part of the screen, let my computer do its thing, and then it brings me to this screen, which is a list of all the requests that I've made. Once you see this screen, then it is safe to know that you have submitted before the deadline, and at that point that you can sign out. And I hope that you guys have a great night at Expo and a wonderful freshman year.